thing that's been hurting the industry lately is Playboi Carti. Not Carti himself, but what he done did to the game. Really sit and think about the game right now and how rappers act today. So many want to be so mysterious and just don't want to come to the internet and build a fan base. But the problem with that is they not Carti, or at least not where he at in his career. So people come out trying to do what he do, and it just don't work. Like, let's take, for example, SoFaygo. Remember all them years ago before he was big on a Cactus Jack or anything? He was in that mode. I'm talking about he was feeding his fans all the time. He would interact with them, drop snippets, and just go crazy. But all that would change when he started to get bigger. He would drop in tapes his fan loved back to back, and eventually one of them songs went viral, changing everything. Then after his viral song, he come out drop an EP that called the Hip Hop. And so people looking at him like he finna be the next artist. Talking about he was getting so much buzz, he got signed to Travis Scott. But it was like the second he signed, everything fell apart. He went from this guy who was always online, interacting with his fans, feeding them snippets, showing he cared about everyone supporting him, to off-brand Playboi Carti. After he signed, he didn't drop another song until like a year later. So keep in mind, he signed and didn't drop a song until a year later. Then his debut tape didn't come out till 2022, and he got signed at the beginning of 2021. Basically, point is, the whole mysterious act killed his career before it could even get started. People still make memes about him to this day, and I think he realized how bad that whole act killed his career, because he been kind of active on the media, dropped the EP not too long ago, dropped some songs every once in a while, but the damage that little mysterious act already did was done. Like, yeah, his music was hard, but I don't think he realized he wasn't Carti. And I'm not meat riding or nothing, it's just a fact. Carti an anomaly in the rap game. Like, he ain't dropped the album since 2020, and we 1 month away from 2024, he had 2 billion streams. If most artists went that long without an album, they numbers is not looking like that. And SoFaygo sadly was an example of this. Lately though, it ain't even a success thing. People just tired of everybody wanting to be so mysterious. Just the other day, Metro got online chatting about just this. He got on Twitter and tweeted saying, about to start uploading regularly to my YouTube channel again like back in the old days. What type of videos y'all want? And Nav responded saying, finally, a musician who ain't trying to be all mysterious. And you know the thing is, I'm not even mad at Nav for saying this, because he was one of the most mysterious rappers in the game when he came up. I'm talking about he took it to the next level. Nav wasn't showing his face for like the first year he was big, so no one knew what he looked like. But as time went on, he stepped away from that whole mysterious space and became who he is today. But after he tweeted that, Metro came back saying the fake mysterious stuff for artists is ruining the game. Everybody too cool. And look, I can understand both sides. Maybe the rapper just don't like being on social media, but it be some people who don't get on social media for the image, and that's it. Which is why people be looking at it and feeling like it's so corny at times. Other times it ain't even just corny, it be disrespectful for the fans. Like Frank Ocean. This man ain't dropped the album since 2016, and that's cool. But over the years, he done randomly canceled shows without saying nothing, giving fans the idea new music was coming, but nothing ever came. Then on top of all that, earlier this year, he pulls out of Coachella. But even though a lot of artists today failed trying to do this whole mysterious trend, one who did it right was Yeat. Remember, we was talking about SoFaygo and how he declined. Well, Yeat got big at the exact same time as SoFaygo, and for a while, Faygo was way bigger than Yeat. I'm talking about it was a whole online war trying to figure out who was bigger, Yeat or SoFaygo. But it was a difference between these two artists. SoFaygo tried to do this whole mysterious act while Yeat was out here feeding the fans. I'm talking about every few months since a new Yeat tape, and the world was loving it. It was only recent that he slowed down and took more of this mysterious approach. I mean, just a few weeks ago, he had a song that went #1 worldwide. But think about SoFaygo. If SoFaygo ain't do that whole mysterious thing, would he be where Yeat is today? Yeat took his time, right? Yeat must have thought back then, yeah, I want to slow down on social media, but this ain't the right time for that. So Yeat waited till he was really locked in and had a fan base before he decided to go miss. Just take a look at his catalog, right? He was dropping albums back to back to back. He dropped one in February of this year, and he ain't dropped since. And now he using this mysterious act to lead up to his next album. He got all type of marketing going on, and people really care about it because he ain't been here. With the whole mysterious thing, it's a time and a place for all that. You can't just force it. Like another rapper who may not be forcing the whole mysterious act, but it ain't working in their favor, is Polo G. Really think about the last time you done seen him get talked about, or you done heard a song from him, or you heard his name in some good news. Not too often, other than when he got arrested. But what really got people to spark up a conversation about him was when he delayed his album from this year to August 2024. Think about how far away that is. And keep in mind, he ain't dropped that album since 2021. and his next one is in 2024. I really wonder how this album gonna do, because he ain't really had nothing big come out in years. Maybe he got something in the vault for when album time come around, but right now would be the perfect time for him to cut out the mysterious act and come back online. Now tell me, am I wrong? Imagine his next tape coming out August next year, and it's December 2023, and he comes back putting himself back in people's mind, making them want for the next project. Because the way it's looking right now, people not fiending for this album like they doing other rappers. But it's probably a question on your mind: why do all these rappers want to be mysterious all of a sudden? Because it sells, or as you've seen, sometimes it does. So many rappers seen Frank Ocean, for example, build this cult-like fan base over his whole mysterious persona, and other rappers seen that format and tried to make it work. So many rappers attempted this, trying to recreate success, and as we've seen many times, it's destroyed their careers before it could even get started. Another example everybody seen was Roddy Ricch. He single-handedly destroyed his own career. So remember, all the way back in 2019, he came out with a great album, Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial. Had so many good songs on there, and even had one of the biggest hits in years, The Box. So people started looking at Roddy like he was him, like he was that nigga, like Roddy was the next artist, and people was just excited for him to drop again, but it never came. For years, people begged him to drop another album, but it didn't come. And in between them years, he really wasn't online feeding the fans nothing. Barely any snippets, no hope for another album, just nothing. Until eventually, his next album did come out in 2021, and the world hated it. Everybody was cooking this album. And the thing was, it wasn't even a bad album. The problem was really just the wait. If this album came out the year after his previous project, the world wouldn't have cooked it like this. But he went so long being so mysterious and holding his music, people formed it in their minds that his next album was finna be a masterpiece. And when it wasn't, all that talk around his name, the whole narrative from the past just went out the window, and he became a joke to everybody. And the reason he wasn't on social media or interacting with fans was one I touched on earlier. That was just him as a person. He ain't never been some social media ass dude before he was a rapper, and that wasn't gonna change now that he was famous and a rapper.
Because I'm on social media and everybody's like, yo, Roddy just disappeared.
Okay.
So now I'm like, man, don't tell me you're letting these niggas get to you.
Hell nah. You gotta understand, before the fame, I wasn't an Instagram nigga. They'll tell you I wasn't on Instagram. I wasn't getting on Instagram live, taking pictures. I don't even take pictures of myself. I really be putting on 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 on drip every day. I'm throwing it on. Maybe I have a Nike take on. I go to the gym, throw some Nike on, whatever. But it's like, nigga, I'm really having this on, and I don't take pictures. Having cars, having house, whatever. I don't take pictures of none of that. That's just not my personality.
But the damage that would do to someone's career won't change just because that's who they are as a person. Maybe if he was active on social media over the years and showing them what kind of music he was working on and what the music sounded like, the hate wouldn't have been his bag. But recently, I think he learned from the mistakes. Like he said himself, he's still not a social media dude, but he done dropped some snippets over the years. Now, do people like him? That's a different story. But he even dropped an album not too far after his 2021 album. Will rappers today keep the mysterious act going on even though most of them know it'll hurt their career? Yes. Will the world get sick and tired of all these rappers being so mysterious? With time, yes. I just hope other rappers learn from the mistakes of everybody else. Kind of like what happened to Boom Gang in my last video. I really figure out why he left the trolling, ignorant life to one of God. And that vid is on screen right now.